Let's try 717. What about the 717 area code? Caller from 717. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's on your mind today?
Oh, wow, I actually got on. Yes, my name is Logan. I am from Annville, Pennsylvania.
All right, and let's turn Logan up, Pat.
And oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Now we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Is this better? I was on speaker.
That's much better. No speaker, please, to all callers.
Yeah.
A disclaimer. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering, the fundamental idea, whether you think he's a hypocrite or not on this, of kind of the isolationism idea that Donald Trump has with trade. Maybe I might even go a little further and say just full-on non-interventionism. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it could work? Limiting trade, limiting outsourcing.
Yeah. So listen, here's the thing, Logan. Here's the thing, Logan. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got the question. This idea of total isolationism is sometimes appealing when it comes to foreign policy conflicts or involvement in the conflicts of others. But what Trump completely lacks an understanding of is the way that we actually, as an American economy and the people of the United States, depend on many of these relationships with other countries, even to just fund our day-to-day life. So when Trump talks tough with China, Trump seems to completely ignore that if we really alienate China as a trading partner, a ton of stuff is going to get way more expensive for the American people. Now, if the products that people get that are produced in China go way up in cost, yes, there will be somewhat less purchasing of those products, but there will be people who will continue purchasing those products at a higher cost if maybe they're American made or made elsewhere. And then they will have less money to put into the businesses that are right here in the United States. Or they might start spending less on homes, or they might spend less on cars. And it will directly impact in a negative way lots of other businesses that depend on American spending. So the idea of the caricature of isolationism and build it here and buy it here and forget about China and forget about all these other countries that Trump has, the guy doesn't know anything, right? So to the extent that we should take it seriously, and I don't know how seriously we should take it, it's sort of like libertarianism taken to the extreme. It's a joke. The same type of isolationism Trump is talking about, taken to its full conclusion, is also something that would be terrible for the American economy, period.
Yeah, and actually one other question. Now, what if in this scenario, now completely take Trump out of the picture because he would never do something like this, but what if we were to what if on top of raising the prices, now we all have like American-made products, but what if we were to increase the minimum wage, thus would increase like wages above that? So like if you raised the minimum wage to say $20 an hour, and subsequently like the value of the American dollar would probably go down, but people would be able to purchase more of the more expensive American-made products.
Got
Do you
it.
think in this sort of hyper fantasy world that would work?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to run the numbers on that. I think that it's barely worth discussing. Whoa, as my chair almost tipped over. Barely worth discussing right now because it's not. Your question so surprised me, Logan, that my chair almost went completely off to the side there. That would have been an interesting moment on the show. It's just I wouldn't even think about it in those terms right now. But as I mentioned, by the way, the dollar has been falling. Trump talks only about the Dow Jones Industrial Average is way up. Of course, only half of Americans even have stocks or something like that. But the dollar's value going down is something that directly impacts way more Americans. So very good questions, Logan. We will continue thinking about these issues as they are very, very important.